Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I'll be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school,
Georgia
champions.
Yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collegeville High School. I am Todd Duke, and you have found yourselves on the Kahok Sports Network. And we are kicking off year number 11 of our high school coverage for your Collegeville Kahawks right here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium with a little high school volleyball action as your Collegeville Kahawks get ready to host the Highland-Bulldogs. Again, I'm Todd Duke. We welcome you into the Cafe Agape pregame show, a new sponsor for our pregame and postgame coverage. Cafe Agape in Collegeville, home of the Kahawk Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape since 2012, offering catering and some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE. That is 345-2233. So welcome into the first broadcast of the 2021-2022 school year. As I mentioned, girls volleyball action. Collegeville taking on the Highland Lady Bulldogs. Collegeville and Highland both have first-year head coaches. Katie McCarthy, longtime assistant here at Collegeville, takes over in her first year as the head lady for the job. And on the other side, Highland will be coached by Natalie Ott, and this is her first year as a head coach for Highland. Ott takes over for Caitlin Haggerty, who was there for 4 years and went 97-21. 4-time Mississippi Valley champs under Haggerty. And last year, even though the year was shortened, it's their 5th straight MVC champs. And coming into this season, won a regional championship in 2018. Last year, the COVID year, they went 14-1 without that postseason. Went 10-0 in Mississippi Valley Conference play, did Highland. Only one conference loss over the last 4 years. That was when they went 9-1 in 2019. They went 10-0 in 17, 18, and 20, plus last season. Last time they had more than one conference loss, 2015, when they went 6-4. For Katie McCarthy, who takes over for Abby Hanger, who was at the helm here for 3 years. She went 47-38, did Coach Hanger. No regional championships for the program since 2007, so that includes Abby Hanger's tenure here as well. And by the way, that 2007 year, that was a regional championship and a sectional championship. Last year, Collinsville, during their COVID-shortened season, went 8-10 without that postseason, and they went 2-3 in Southwestern Conference play. Collinsville graduated 3 seniors from last year: Astasia Bush, Katie Dawson, and Kennedy Fisher. And seniors this year: Riri Hill Russell, Mackenzie Johnson, Sydney Summer, and Emma Stoutenhammer. So lose 3, gain 4, and those 4 will be enjoying their senior season here at Collinsville. For Highland, they graduated 4 from last year's team, and they're returning 5 juniors from last year that are now seniors this season. So there's a little bit of information for you. We'll take our first break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show, and when we come back, I had a chance to catch up with Collinsville's new head coach, Katie McCarthy, and we'll pass that interview on to you next as the Cafe Agape pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month Award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country, to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It is our first game of the year number 11 for us. And we're at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium as we begin the home schedule for the Lady Kahawks volleyball team. And joining us now is Collinsville's newest volleyball head coach, Katie McCarthy, in her first year. Coach, let's first go back in time and talk about something really cool, the Olympics. I mean, that was very cool to watch, and the homegirl who used to play on this very floor gets a gold medal. I know everybody was into it. How did that whole thing affect the way these girls came into the season once you got them together for the first time?
Yeah, so I think it just really lit a fire. That's what I keep saying. It lit a fire with our community and our team. I really think people got a new taste for what volleyball is. You know, first gold Olympic medal for the Team USA, and to have one of those members be from Collinsville is really special. I think the girls loved watching all the games, and they were super excited. A lot of our girls attended the watch party, the gold medal watch party together, and I think it just showed them a lot about how when you work hard, you can achieve your goals. So
Michelle Barch-Hackley, of course, is the young lady that we're talking about that brought home the gold. And I know that you played volleyball, right after her, right?
Right after her. So she graduated in 2008, right? Yeah, and I started here in 2009. So my freshman year was 2009. So we just missed each other by a year. So I also was coached by her mother, and I worked with her mother too. So we've known a lot about her, but yes. So we just missed each other.
That's very cool that we get to experience that. I watched almost every game myself, as long as I could stay up late anyway. All right, so you're coming into your very first year as the head coach. You're no stranger to this because you've been doing this assistant thing for a while. So you have any pregame jitters, butterflies, anything like that before your first game the other night?
Before the first game, I had some. I think they're over now. I think I'm good. But, I actually coached a couple of varsity games last year when Abby had to fill in for club just because for the weird COVID season. So I did coach a few games, and I think where I got most of my jitters out. But yeah, and I feel like it really helped knowing the girls too. I coached a lot of them that are seniors now on JV, so that helped a lot too, to not be as nervous. But
all right, let's talk about this team. It's high school sports, and every year you lose people to graduation, and that means more people move up. So let's not focus on what we lost and focus on what's coming back. Tell me a little bit about your team and the makeup this year.
So we have 4 seniors this year. We have Sydney, who's an outside for us. We have Kenzie Johnson, who will be a right side for us this year. We have Emma, who it will be our libero. And then we have Riri Hill-Russell, who will be a middle. So all 4 of those seniors have really played a big role in our varsity team in the years past. So I expect them to have just as much of an impact this year. And then we also have juniors, Addie Johnson and Jenna Scheller, who also, again, Addie's going to run a 5-1 for us. So that plays a huge role as a leadership role, and she played that last year as a sophomore. So I feel like the girls really respect her and trust her to, be the quarterback of the volleyball team. So, yeah. Well,
I was commenting last year when I was watching her play for the short time, and she was just a sophomore last year. Yeah. The way that she sets up everybody else at the front of the net was just amazing to me.
Yeah, I said this at our banquet for this last season, that I don't think you can find anybody that works as hard or out hustles anybody else, because Addie works her butt off to make sure that she sets our girls and sets them up for success. So that's in practice and in games. She puts it all out there. And we also, we get to have her freshman sister start for us this year too, which is pretty cool. Getting to see them play together is pretty awesome. So.
All right, as you mentioned earlier, you already have one game under your belt. You took the trip up to Chatham and lost to Glenwood the other night. Despite the loss, tell us a little bit about how you thought your team performed.
Yeah, I told them after the game, I said, you guys, I had high expectations going into this season, but after that match, I have even higher expectations. They worked their butts off. They went for every single ball. They communicated. They worked as a team. That was one of the things we've been talking about a lot over the summer and in preseason was how are we going to work as a team, and they blew me away. It was pretty awesome. So that was pretty great. We need to work on our attacking side a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty good first game.
All right, let's talk about your opposition here tonight. Highland, they're no joke when it comes to volleyball, especially lately. Man, they've won 5 straight MVC championships. I believe they've only lost 1 inside their conference over the last 4 years. So this is a tough team you guys are going to face.
Yes, it is. And I think that, the start of our season is pretty tough. And the team we played last week, too, was pretty tough. So I'm hoping that experience will lend well for us tonight. But, yeah, they're a tough team, but it's when we work together, I think we'll be okay. So.
All right, what do you want to see out of your girls tonight?
I am hoping to see what I saw last week with just a little bit less errors. If we make less errors on our side of the court this time, I think we'll hopefully come out with the win.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach Katie McCarthy of your Collinsville Lady Kahok volleyball team. We'll take a break. We'll come back, set the starting lineups for both teams, throw some more names and numbers your way. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. We are just about ready to go. Big thank you to Cafe Agape, our pregame sponsor, pre and postgame this year, along with Chiropractic Works. We appreciate both of them and all of our sponsors as well. Here are your starters for Collinsville. Your outside hitters is Aubrey Johnson. She's a freshman wearing number 10. And Sydney Summer, a senior wearing 19. Your middle blocker is Riri Hill-Russell, a senior wearing 21. Jenna Scheller, a junior wearing 25. Your setter is Addie Johnson wearing number 2. The right side hitter is Mackenzie Johnson. She's a senior. And Emma Stouthammer is the libero for Collinsville. Collinsville dressed in white on the left side of your screen. Highland, this is the way they look. Their outside hitters, Elena Schroff, a junior, and Morgan Langendorf, a senior. Middle hitters are Cameron Toller and Larissa Taylor. Toller is a junior, and Taylor is a sophomore. Your right side hitter is Lily Evans, a senior. Another senior is the setter, that is Addison Rode. She wears number 27 on the Highland Bulldogs red jerseys. And Kate Becker wears number 2, and she is the libero, who just came in wearing black. And that would be the starting 6 for each side here as we get ready to go. And it looks as if Addison Rode is going to start things off with a serve for Highland, all the way on the right side of your screen. And serve is over and out of bounds. And just like that, Collinsville gets the first point of this game on a service error by Addison Rode. So Collinsville with a chance to add on with their own serve, and the first one of the year will be handled by Sydney Summer here on the home court. It's over, and into the back corner it goes, and picked up by Langendorf, and Langendorf's going to try to kill it. She does too hard, and 2 errors have put Highland behind 2-0 here early on as we're just getting underway. So another serve coming up here for Sydney Summer. Serve across the net, and once again, Langendorf picks it up in the back, shoved up front, and off the fingertips of Jenna Scheller, kept alive by Collinsville. And now Riri Hill-Russell mishits it, and Highland picks up their first points, and it's 2-1 in favor of Collinsville. Back to serve. It is Langendorf. She does so, picked up by Russell. Addie Johnson saves it, but it's going to go into the scorer's bench, but a nice job getting it over to the other side was Aubrey Johnson, Addie Johnson's younger sister. And Collinsville gets another point, and the Jayhawks have a 3-1 lead. Both of these first-year head coaches are former players. Katie McCarthy, a former Kahok volleyball player, while Natalie Ott played her volleyball at O'Fallon High School. Emma Stouthammer back to serve. She's the one dressed in purple. She's the libero for Collinsville, and she puts one out of bounds. So a couple of service errors by both teams here early on. And the score remains close at 3-2. And the opposing libero now ready to serve, and that's Kate Becker, the senior. She does so, picked up by Sydney Summer, set up by Johnson for Russell. And back in the corner, it's out of bounds. And we are tied 3-3. Nope, we're going to have a change of heart. And the judge up against the scorer's table said it was off of a hand. So therefore, Collinsville gets the point, and it's 4-2 in favor of the Jayhawks. Lady Jayhawks volleyball program looking for their first win of the year. Back into the backcourt it goes. Set up by Highland, and across and down right in front of Stouthammer, and it's 4-3 Collinsville. All three levels, freshman, JV, and varsity, lost up at Chatham in the opener on Monday night. And so far here tonight, the freshmen lost both of their games and the JV team lost both of theirs. So right now, Lady Jayhawk volleyball program is 0 for 10 on the year, trying to change that here tonight. Here's Johnson for Hill Russell. Across it goes. And Highland trying to return the favor. They do so into the backcourt, picked up by Stouthammer. Johnson again, and Riri hits it into the net. 4-4. Back to serve for Highland is Lauren Warrenly. Here's Addie Johnson to Hill Russell. Into the back it goes, picked up by the libero. Shoved up front and taken across, and a nice hit there by Elena Schroff, the junior. And the Bulldogs have their first lead of this game. It's 5-4. Next serve on the way. Barely makes it over the net. Picked up by Summer. Set up by Johnson. Back for Summer. She has to get it over and does so. And then Rode takes care of the dig. And Stouthammer moves it back up front for Johnson. And then across the way for her sister Aubrey. And that one finds the mark. And we are tied once again at 5. Game 1 of the year. We only got about 80 games in last year in about 114 days. Normally we do anywhere from 130 to 140 games a year. So we're hoping we'll be around that 130, 135 mark again this year as Collinsville picks up another point, 6-5. Another 100. And the serve by the young Johnson. Picked up by Rode. Shoved over to the side. Into the back. Johnson picks it up to sister Addie. And then down on the ground it goes. Sydney Summer found a soft spot there, and Collinsville picks up another point. See if that's a little bit better. Picked up into the back, and Rhodes sends it into the ladder, holding the net judge, and Collinsville extends that lead to 8-5. Another serve by Aubrey Johnson, the freshman. Oh, and it kind of fools Kate Becker. And Collinsville picks up another point. We have our first timeout. We will step aside for just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Kahawks are up 9-5, and the serve belongs to the young Johnson, and Highland's job to get it over, partially blocked up front, kept alive by Johnson to Addie Johnson, and into the back it goes after the hit over by Mackenzie Johnson. A lot of Johnsons on this team. There we go. Collinsville finds that opening, and the Kahawks have doubled up the Highland Bulldogs 10-5. As I mentioned, first game of the year tomorrow. First football game Saturday, our first soccer game. Here's another serve by Aubrey Johnson, and this one's going to go out of bounds. Probably went out of bounds on both aspects, long and wide. 10-6. Freshmen lost in the auxiliary gym earlier, 25-12 and 25-17. And the JV team lost 25-6 in the first game, but then came back strong, but still couldn't get that W as they lost 25-15. First game here of the varsity match. That's in. Nice job on the cross corner by Sydney Summer. 11-6, Collinsville with the lead. Here's Jenna Scheller back into the game. She'll take the place of Stouthammer, the libero. And back to serve is Renaissance Hill Russell. They call her Riri. And Riri sends the ball over. Picked up and then sent sideways right into the bench of the Highland Bulldogs. And it's 12-6 in favor of Collinsville. Another serve by Hill Russell. Picked up by the libero Becker. Moved across and out of bounds. Just barely across the back line. And as you can see, we have line judges opposite corners from each other, plus the net judges. And Collinsville up now 13-6. This is Highland's season opener. Collinsville, of course, as we mentioned, lost on Monday at Chatham, as that serve by Riri goes a little bit too far. Now to be Highland's serve. Here is Larissa Taylor, the sophomore middle hitter. Nice to have the student body cheering section back into the gym. Didn't get to see any of that last year. Here's a little smack over by Summer. And now the return. Picked up by Scheller, moved along, and Addie Johnson couldn't get it elevated enough to get it over the net. And that point belongs to Highland, 13-8. Back to serve it up one more time is Larissa Taylor. Taylor got some height to her. Serves it. Picked up by Johnson. For older sister Addie. Over to Sydney Summer. Off of a hand. That one was almost cupped, and that one's not going to go anywhere. And Collinsville gets that point right back at 14-8. Here is Addie Johnson, the junior. Really came into her own last year as a sophomore, and they're expecting big things from her as a junior. Into the back it goes. Riri Russell pops it up in the air. Addie Johnson returns the favor, and Russell pushes it over across the net. Highland trying to get it back over. They do so, and down the line it goes, and it stays in bounds. And that lead by the Kahawks now 14-9. Addison Road, senior setter for Highland, ready to serve. She does. It knuckles, and Riri Hill Russell picks it up, shoved over to the side by Johnson, off of Sydney Summer, and stays over on the other side. Here is Jenna Scheller, and then into the backcourt, picked up by the libero. Now Addie Johnson once again for younger sister, over to Sydney Summer. Picked up again by Becker. Becker was stationed in the middle there in the right spot at the right time, and that pays off as Highland picks up a point. 14-10, close first match here. First set, excuse me. Another knuckler for Hill Russell to handle. She does so. Scheller gets the setup, and it rolls right down the front of Cameron Toller. And Collinsville gets that 5-point lead right back, 15-10. Sydney Summer back to serve it up for Collinsville. It's a cross. Shoved into the net, and a nice save there by Highland, and then shoved back over by Langendorf. Now Scheller partially blocked. She gets it right back, and that was a nice diving attempt over there by Addison Road, and I'm not sure if she would have let that go if it would have eventually went out of bounds, but we'll never know. Collinsville with their biggest lead so far, 6 points, 16-10. Summer serves again, just barely over the net. Picked up by the libero, over to Langendorf. Langendorf in the backcourt, and Summer couldn't quite get the hand on that one. And it's back to the original 5-point lead. There is Morgan Langendorf. She's ready to serve, strikes it, and that one barely clears the net as well. Scheller pops it up, and Johnson faked the setup and just shoved it over, trying to catch the Bulldogs asleep, but they didn't, and an over-enthusiastic push back across goes out of bounds. 17-11 as Emma Stouthammer comes in to serve, and a timeout on the floor, so we will step aside as well. We're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Hope everyone have a great summer. School started. We are just about ready to finish our first full week at school. Games just started on Monday of this week. As Stouthammer delivers, and we're back underway. And a nice save by Highland, but they couldn't do anything on that third strike, and Collinsville pushes that lead to 18-11. Collinsville over the last 22 years is 13-8 versus Highland. In 2020, they lost here at home 25-17, both scores. Straight set loss or 25-17. Highland pushes it over. Collinsville keeps it alive. Johnson pops it up for Hill Russell. It's blocked. That was a nice double team block up there. That was led by Cameron Toller. And it's back to within 6 for Highland. 18-12 in favor of Collinsville. Summer to Johnson to Hill Russell. Blocked out again, but this one was blocked out of bounds. And Collinsville gets that point right back. So the last win, of course, these two teams didn't play each other last year. 2019 was the last win for Collinsville. That was the season opener that year. This is the season opener for Highland. This is just the home opener for Collinsville as the Bulldogs put a kill shot down the line. 19-13. Collinsville still leads by 6. Serve on the way for Highland, and into the back, picked up by Stouthammer. She pops it up. Addie Johnson sets it up for Sydney Summer. Summer gets it across. And now Highland trying to set up the kill shot. Stouthammer saves it in the backcourt. Pushes it all the way over on that save as well. And then a little excuse me. There's nobody standing in this spot, so that's where I'm going to put it. And Highland brings themselves back to within 5. Wernell with another serve. Saved by Stouthammer. Johnson shoves it over. Highland gets it over on the last shot. Johnson with another setup. Instead, she shoves it over. And that one's out of bounds. Point belongs to Collinsville. That was close. That was real close. 20-14. Been a very close game, very close set throughout. Served by young Miss Aubrey Johnson all the way in the back. Now Highland's got to get it over. They do. And here comes Addie Johnson setting it up for Riri Russell, and she finds the soft spot near the ladder. And Collinsville extends that lead to 7. 21-14. Have to get to 25 and have to win by 2 points. In case there's folks out there that are just into the high school volleyball thing for the first time. Nice block up front. But they're going to say that it belongs to Highland. 21-15. Football team just coming into the gym from practice. They will be at Belleville East tomorrow night. We'll have that game for you. Another serve picked up by Stouthammer. Addie Johnson setting it up for Russell. Russell shoves it across off a finger, out of bounds. Thought it was off a finger, guess not. Highland picks up the point. Another serve coming up for Schroff. Stouthammer picks it up again. Johnson sets it up for Summer. Summer just tips it across. It's pushed back across. And a net violation against Collinsville will give Highland another point. Uh-oh. Collinsville had a 7-point lead. Timeout on the floor called by Collinsville. We'll step aside for just a moment as well. And we are back after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Another serve on the way here from Elena Schroff as Highland is battled back to within 4 after trailing by 7. Serve. Stouthammer. Johnson. Summer. Down the line. Picked up. Highland back over here to Langendorf. And she finds the spot in the middle of the floor and brings her team back to within 3. And another serve coming up here for the junior, Elena Schroff, the outside hitter for Highland. Serve. Once again, Stouthammer picks it up, and once again, Johnson sets it up. This time over here for Hill Russell, and that one's down and in. And Collinsville gets one of those back, 22-18. Kahawks 3 points away from taking this first set. Still a long way to go, if you ask me. Hill Russell will come back to serve. Riri sends it in the middle. Picked up in the middle and sent over, but out of bounds. Too strong of a hit there by Larissa Taylor, and Collinsville extends that lead back out to 5, 23-18. Hill Russell delivers. That one's too far. (23-19), and now Larissa Taylor will have a chance to serve. It's on the way. Picked up by Johnson to older sister Addie, shoved across by Summer, poked back across and picked up from one Johnson to the other, and down it goes on a nice read by Addie Johnson, and Collinsville playing for set point here. There is the junior Addie Johnson back to serve. She does. Picked up. Moved along. Over here for Langendorf. Langendorf. That's picked up by Aubrey Johnson. It's kept alive. And they're going to say that it was palmed or held by Scheller. So that makes it 24-20. Lily Evans checks back into the game for Highland. Back to serve is Addison Rode. Rode sends it across. Picked up. Addie Johnson to Russell. Russell off across the net. Those are always tough to pick up, but Highland stays with it. They get it across, and Hill Russell moves it up the line again. Now Scheller with an opportunity, but she didn't get up high enough and put that ball right into the top of the net. 24-21. Addison Rode serves up another. Hill Russell takes care of it to Addie Johnson to Scheller. Scheller pokes it across. And over here to Langendorf. Langendorf finds the part of the floor where even the outstretched body of Aubrey Johnson couldn't get to it. And now this game has been trimmed to 2 points. 24-22. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we got a barn burner of a first set here. 24-22. Collinsville is led by as much as 7. Highland has clawed their way back, gotten this thing within 2 points. Here's a serve by Rode, picked up by Hill Russell. Addie Johnson moves it across for Summer off a hand, and a save back there by the libero Becker. Now Hill Johnson sends it back up for Addie Johnson. Hill Russell, off of another libero save there by Becker, and the Bulldogs get it across. Here is Aubrey Johnson over to Sydney Summer. Summer, that ball is picked up. Langendorf, and now they're confused. Langendorf might have hit it twice, not sure, as both of them were there. That one's popped straight up, and they got to get it across now. Langendorf does. Hill Russell picks it up. Addie Johnson shoves it across and down. What a nice read there by Addie Johnson. And Collinsville picks up the first win of the year, 25-22. Kahawks get the victory. Set number 2 coming your way after a timeout here. We'll be back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahawk Sports Network and KahawkSports.com.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, ready for set number 2. See if Collinsville can end this in 2 sets after winning the first one 25-22. Told you a little bit about the coaches. Of course, Katie McCarthy, she graduated from here in 2010, I think, something like that. 2-year varsity player. 144 games played as a Lady Kahok. She played 66 of those in her junior year of 2011. 289 kill attempts with 139 kills. 2.1 kills per game. Led the team in blocks that year with 96. Averaging 1.45 blocks per game. That one's a little bit too far, and the first serve is a service error, and the Bulldogs are up 1-0 here in set number 2. Serve coming from Langendorf. Addie Johnson sets it up for Sydney Summer. Across the way it goes. Picked up into the back by the libero. That's Becker. And now back over to Collinsville side and off of the antenna. That is out of bounds, and quickly 2-0 Highland. Langendorf back to serve it up once again. Knuckle. She has that knuckle on hers too. Scheller gets the set up from Johnson. Now Langendorf keeps it alive one more time. Sent over. Hill Russell does a nice job on the dig. And back over to Mackenzie Johnson. Highland blocked out nicely by Summer, but they're going to say that she got a little bit too much of that net, and it's 3-0 in favor of Highland here. Morgan Langendorf, the senior, ready to deliver another one. That one almost hit the net. Now Addie Johnson sets it up for Sydney Summer. Blocked out of bounds. Collinsville picks up their first point here in this second set. 3-1 in favor of Highland. Speaking of Sydney Summer, she'll come back to serve one up here. First serve of the second set for Collinsville. Right down the middle it goes. Picked up by Langendorf. Moved along to the side. And wouldn't get it elevated enough for Schroff to get a decent hit. Partially blocked up front. And now another block by Jenna Scheller, and that one will fall down, and Collinsville will pick up the point. Aubrey Johnson up there as well. Got all the Johnsons on the floor right now. Mackenzie, Aubrey, and Addie. Sydney Summer delivers. Picked up by Becker. Moved along and then into the back, and another nice save there by Addie Johnson. She moves it over for her younger sister, and a double-triple hit there by Elena Stroff. Boy, I tell you what, Aubrey Johnson barely got that, or excuse me, Mackenzie Johnson barely got that across. All I have to do is say is Johnson, and I'll be right half the time. 3-3. Collinsville trailed 3-0. Came back and tied it up. Highland slam in. All the way over on that near sideline by Lily Evans. And the Bulldogs get back up front by 1. 4-3. Larissa Taylor ready to serve. Into the backcourt it goes. Riri sends it up front. Scheller sends it across. And now Highland will have to work, and another block by Scheller. And Scheller this time sends it a little bit too far. She had that whole far side opened over there and just hit a little bit too far. Taylor ready to serve it up again. Hill Russell sends it right back on the first shot. Now Highland trying to set it up. And they're successful. Mackenzie Johnson gave it a great effort. Now Stouthammer will come back in, and Hill Russell to the bench as Larissa Taylor ready to serve up another one. That one's into the net. So Collinsville gets a gift, and they get a point back. And now Riri will check back in. And wasn't much of a rest there. Emma Stouthammer sends it in the back, picked up by Langendorf. And then across the net and out of bounds. Collinsville gets that point. 6-5. Senior libero, Emma Stouthammer, delivers another serve, and Langendorf picks it up in the middle. And then it's set up over on the side, and that one's out of bounds. Just like that, we're tied. Collinsville was down 3-0, came back and tied at 3-3, down 6-3, and now we're tied 6-6. Stouthammer. Langendorf picks it up again. And off some hands up front and down, and Highland gets that point right back, 7-6 in favor of the Bulldogs. Wernel back to serve now for Highland. And Stouthammer picks it up. Sydney Summer sets it up. And over the net it goes by Johnson. And another save by Johnson. Now Addy pops it up, and Stouthammer's going to have to get it over the net all the way from the back line. And wasn't from a lack of effort, that's for sure. 8-6 in favor of Highland. Another serve for the Bulldogs, picked up by Summer. Moved along by Johnson over to Hill Russell. She'll send it across, but too far. Tried to go opposite corner, and again, a 3-point lead. We have a 3-point swing thing going on here. 3-0 Highland, 3-3, 6-3 Highland, 6-6. Now it's 9-6. Timeout on the floor. We will be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, there's a serve into the net. And Collinsville gets one of those points right back as we begin the 3-point swing the other direction. Here is Mackenzie Johnson. She'll send it across, picked up by the libero Becker. Moved over to the side, shoved over, and Schroff almost found an empty spot, but a nice save there by Johnson, and another point for Collinsville. 9-8. Another serve by Johnson. This one's down the sideline and out of bounds, so there goes that 3-point swing. Almost got there. Elena Schroff back to serve for Highland. She does so. Picked up by Summer. Set up by Johnson. Over to Hill Russell. Oh, what a big dig back there by the libero Becker. Sent across. Stahlhammer up to Johnson. Over to Hill Russell. That one surprised Schroff. And a nice volley going on here. Highland saves it. Setting it up back across. Big pick up there by Johnson. Over to the other. Johnson and blocked out of bounds. Off of the hands of Rhodey. And Collinsville gets back to within 1 point again. Aubrey Johnson, the freshman, on the varsity team with her older sister, Serve, picked up by Becker. Moved along, and then a little confusion there. And confusion on our side as well, and everybody was confused, and it turns into a point for Highland. And Kate Becker, the libero for Highland, sends it across the net. Picked up by the opposing libero, Emma Stahlhammer. Stahlhammer sends it back across the net, where Highland goes back to work. Over here for Langendorf. She shoves it across. And a save there by Johnson. Addie Johnson for Summer. And off of a hand and out of bounds it goes. And the Kahawks are back to within 1. Collinsville won the first set 25-22. Looking to close out a 2-set sweep here. Highland trying to force a third and decisive set. Ball across, picked up by Becker. Moved over here for Langendorf. Langendorf out of bounds. Collinsville has tied it up, 11-11. Jayhawks have not led in this game. And they had the lead almost all of the first game. Till the very end there when Highland came back to make a game out of it. Got it to within 2 before Collinsville finally won it. Addie Johnson for Jenna Scheller. Scheller off of a hand up front. That stays in bounds anyway, and Collinsville has their first lead of this second set, 12-11. Riri Hill Russell back to serve. She does so. Line drive right across the net, picked up nicely, and a little kill shot off of the hand of Aubrey Johnson will give us back our 12-12 tie. Student body cheering section here having some fun. Addison Rhodey delivers, picked up and moved up front. Scheller, a little shove across the net. And a kill shot that kind of fooled Mackenzie Johnson there. And it's back to a Highland lead of 13-12. Serve. Picked up by Aubrey Johnson. Addie Johnson sends it back over to her sister and right into the hands of Natalie Ott, the Highland head coach. Told you a little bit about Katie McCarthy's junior season. Her senior year, she played all 78 games that year. 567 attempts and 306 kills. 3.9 per game. Number 1 on the team in all of those categories that year. Scheller into the corner, inbounds. Collinsville back to within 1. And Katie McCarthy on that 2012 team, number 2 on the team in blocks with 80. Here is Addie Johnson. Collinsville trails by 1. Highland, Langendorf into the back. Nice pickup over there by Megan Summer. Highland has to get it across now. They do so, and a miss hit by Addie Johnson will give the point to the Bulldogs. Highland up by 2, 15-13. Natalie Ott, we told you a little bit about her. She graduated from O'Fallon High School in 2010. She was a defensive specialist, 2-year varsity player with 135 games played. She was on the roster her sophomore year, but she had no stats. Scheller sends it across. Becker. And that one Ends up out of bounds. Collinsville gets the point. Kahawks back to within one, 15-14. Natalie Ott, 67 games as a junior and then 68 as a senior. And she was on the same team with Jennifer Stroot, who ended up being an assistant volleyball coach here at Collinsville and is currently a grade school teacher at Kreitner. And another point by Highland. Found that empty spot right in the middle of the floor. 16-14, 2-point lead back in Highland's favor. Serve coming up by Larissa Taylor for the Highland Lady Bulldogs, and it's picked up. Riri Hill-Russell to Summer. She has to get it over the net. She does. Scheller pokes it back across, and a net violation by Highland will give Collinsville a point back, and again the Kahawks are back to within one. Grace Combs into the game for the first time tonight. I think it was our first game we did here last year in February, and Grace Combs accidentally took a spike right off of the head, and then she fell to the ground, and when she did, she hit her head on this hard floor as Collinsville ties it up after a ball hit out of bounds. And Grace never got into another game last year. Ryan Combs, her dad, he's the owner of Pack Mail, one of our sponsors. I talked to him when I signed him up this year, and he said, yeah, she was a little woozy after that, but she's ready to go, and she's out on the floor now. She puts one across. Becker will pop it up for a kill shot by Highland, and that one finds pay dirt off of the hands of Lily Evans. 17-16 in favor of Highland. We're getting late in this game, and this is a very close one. Another serve for Highland. Stouthammer picks it up. Addie Johnson for Riri Russell. And that one's out of bounds. Collinsville gets it tied up again, 17-17. Mackenzie Johnson ready to serve. Becker shoved over and on the side, a block, and that one's out of bounds and belongs to Highland. 18-17. Tough second set here, man. Telling you what. There is Elena Schroff to serve it up for Highland. It's across, picked up by Stouthammer. Johnson keeps it going. Sent over the net. Highland's turn. And here is Langendorf. Langendorf sends it across. Saved by Summer. Picked up by Johnson. Riri Hill-Russell slams it into the net. And back to a 2-point lead for Highland. Another serve coming up here for Schroff. Stouthammer picks it up. Addie Johnson sets it up for Riri Russell, and that one is out of bounds. And the point belongs to Highland. Now it's a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs as they look to send this to a third and decisive final set. We have a timeout on the floor, so we will step aside as well, and we are back in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Russell sends it across. Collinsville picks up a point. And the Kahawks have gotten back to within two, 20-18. Here is Grace Combs. Gracie is a sophomore. There's number 4. And she delivers. Picked up by Becker. Moved over and shoved across one-handed style. Set up coming up here for Collinsville, and Hill Russell, and she finds a spot in front of the diving libero, Kate Becker. 20-19. Collinsville gets it back to within 1. And now a timeout called by Highland. So another quick timeout. We will take that right along with them, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Grace Combs ready to serve it up once again as we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Collinsville trails by 1. Combs sends it. Becker picks it up, but she's pushed it out of the bounds, and they have to save it, which they do. Now Combs picks it up. Johnson sets it up for Sydney Summer. Summer sends it across to the corner. And once again, it's Langendorf's turn, and that is a point for Collinsville as she hits the candy cane pole, and we are tied at 20. Now the Kahawks need to get on a little bit of a roll here and just put this one away. Grace Combs serves it up once again here for the Kahawks. And here it comes. Not quite as deep this time. Set up, sent across, and Stouthammer couldn't get there in time. I think it was partially off of Sydney Summer, which changed the direction of the ball for just a split second. So Combs goes out. Megan Summer comes back in. Collinsville trails by 1 again. And here is Kate Becker, the libero, serving it up for Highland to the opposing libero. Stouthammer sends it all the way back here. And Riri Hill Russell sends it across. Nicely done, girls. Pushed across. Russell. Johnson. Back to Russell. Down it goes. And that point belongs to Collinsville, and we are tied at 21 again. Jenna Scheller will come in. Stouthammer will go out. Riri Hill Russell back to serve it up here for the Lady Kahawks. In the middle. Picked up, moved up. Here's Langendorf. Oh. They're going to say that Sydney Summer lifted that ball. So back to a 1-point lead for Highland, as Addison Rohde is back to serve it up for the Lady Bulldogs. Serve. Hill Russell. Johnson to Scheller. Scheller sends it across. Highland trying to set it back up. Here's Becker. She has to send it across. Picked up by Johnson to Johnson. Over to Summer and blocked out, but Collinsville finds a way to keep it alive. Scheller got it over the net. Not really sure how that was happening, but it turns into a Highland point anyway. But man, oh man. 2-point lead now for Highland. Another serve sent across. Hill Russell to Scheller. Picked up by Highland. Langendorf sends it over with a little slap. Johnson returns the favor. And over onto the side, Megan Summer. Scheller popped up. Langendorf sends it across the way. That's out of bounds, and Collinsville gets this thing back to within 1. 23-22. Addie Johnson comes back to serve it up here for Collinsville. Johnson delivers into the back. Becker picks it up. Moved over for Langendorf. Langendorf gets it across. Stouthammer sets it up for Addie Johnson, who sets it up for Sydney Summer. Poked into the backcourt. We're tied at 23. The Kahawks can rattle off 2 more points here, or we can go home happy. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well. We are back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Addie Johnson back to serve it up once again here for Collinsville. We're tied at 23. Remember, you have to win by 2 points. Becker sends it up front. Langendorf set to send it across. Does so all the way in the backcourt to Hill Russell. Johnson setting it up for Summer. Summer pokes it into the back corner again. And again, it works. And Collinsville 1 point away from completing a 2-set sweep here tonight of Highland. Can Addie Johnson and company do it again? Johnson sends it across. Picked up by Highland. Moved on to the near side, and Johnson saves it with a nice dig. Stouthammer over to the younger Johnson. Into the backcourt, Becker saves it. Pushed across. Saved up again. Stouthammer sends it over to Sydney Summer. Summer across the way, down, and Collinsville does it. 25-23. They complete the 2-game set sweep, and the Lady Kahawks come out victorious in their home opener. Man, that second set was, woo, let me tell you what, that was a lot of fun to watch. Hope you all enjoyed it too. So the Kahawks get off the schneid. They were 0 for 10 coming into this game across all parts of the program. And they pull one out here tonight, and everybody gets to go home happy. And that transitions us into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, brought to you by Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew at Chiropractic Works. They are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call, 343-3602, or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Big victory here tonight for Collinsville. We'll tell you a little bit more about it as the post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville victorious here tonight over Highland, 25-22 and 25-23. And joining us on the post-game program, outside hitter and senior Sydney Summer. How much fun was that?
Really fun.
Yeah?
It was super exciting, yeah.
So did you guys, I wasn't at Chatham the other night when you guys first started. Was the vibe different here than it was there that night?
I'd say it's pretty much the same. We came out really strong there. We were really impressed with we didn't like the outcome, but we were pretty happy with our performance. So
you and Addie Johnson, I have a feeling I'm going to be saying your names. Well, Johnson, obviously, because there's three of them on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, all I got to do is say Johnson, and I'm 50% right.
Right, yeah.
Right. But you two seem to work together in tandem very well. She knows what you like. She knows how you want it set up, and she does that for you. Explain how important Addie Johnson is to Sydney Summer.
Well, she runs the entire offense, so I'd say she's a pretty important part of her success every single time. She puts the ball up in a great spot for me every time. I can always count on her, and it really just helps with everything, the overall winning, and yeah.
Do you make decisions in midair?
Yeah, half the time. Those last few shots, I just saw it was wide open back there, so I threw it back there.
That sideline over there? Yeah. Like 2 times in a row you got points that way.
Yeah. So I look up and I'm like, where's the open spot? And that's where I put it.
And you have to make that decision like that, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. You got to be really aware.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what else is cool?
What?
Playing on the same floor that a gold medalist played on.
Oh, I know.
Tell me the feelings you got when you watched the whole thing and now you're playing here again.
Yeah. It's so amazing. I mean, not very many schools can say they play on the same court as Olympian, let alone a gold Olympian. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm looking for good things from you girls this year. So thanks a lot for visiting. Go get them.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that is Sydney Summer, player of the game, I guess you would say. That's why she was sent up here for Collinsville. 25-22, 25-23. That is the final of the varsity side of things. Unfortunately, not the same for the freshmen in the JV. They lost both of their sets. So at least we got some wins out of here. 25-22, 25-23. Nicely done. That second set was just really fun to watch. All right, so that's going to do it for us. Don't forget, we're back at you tomorrow. Myself and Chris Kettler will be making the drive out to Belleville East High School as we have some football action for you. We'll get a regular season of football in finally as Collinsville will take on the Lancers. Game time is set for 7 o'clock, and we'll be on the air around 6:40 with the Chiropractic Works post-game show. So a big thank you to Coach Katie McCarthy for joining us on the pregame show and for Sydney Summer joining us on the postgame program. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow night, everyone, have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.